Yeah. Can you show me a workflow that everyone should be deploying today to maximize their productivity? Can you think of something?
It really varies. It depends. Like, one of the things that I do is I use it to stay in tune with what the world thinks, for example, about Codex. Mm-hmm. And so I receive like a daily summary of like the highlights. Can we build
something for me?
Yes,
something like that?
So let's do a new chat. For example, I am on a podcast talking about AI and Codex. Find relevant emails in my inbox. And prepare draft replies based on what you know about my priorities from memory. So you haven't built memories yet, but if you use Codex a lot, it will learn about.
But it's going to pull memory
yourself.
from ChatGPT as well, right?
Yeah. Another one is go through popular internet sources and give me a breakdown of what Codex shipped over the last 2 weeks. We can go back to email. I have a messy inbox for Gmail. Set up filters for it to keep.
Remember, I think it was like 2019 clean. Or something. I spent couple of days just organizing my emails and folders, and then I realized it's such a waste of time because I spent so much time. I want to plan a
trip, to like where should we go
based on my calendar availability, right?
Yeah,
or something.
Oh yeah. For example,
because it can connect to my calendar.
Yeah. A trip plan, and use my calendar availability to plan it. For example, and then so it's going to go like here. You can see it's gone through your email. So this one is like I'm a podcast talking about AI and Codex. It's already gone through your email, found several live threads related to today's thing. Mm-hmm. It went through the calendar. It's all still going through email. So it's found like a bunch of things. Apparently, you have like
a night with Codex, which is today.
And then, here you have another one. So, you can see like we're doing a lot of things, in parallel. You can just like run, little agentic threads. Here, you could say like, I am making a presentation, put this in Google slide. And it will go and it will just prepare like, a Google slide for all of the content.
The editing is going to be within the app, or I will have to leave and go to Google Slides.
So there is an in-app browser as well. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've set up your pet. No, not yet. So we also shipped like this cute little feature.
Oh, I just saw it on your X.
So now, you can move this across and you can see like, which threads it's still working on. So for example, like it's still summarizing Codex updates. It's currently setting up some email filters. I don't want to make changes to your inbox, so I'm just going to, stop this one. But yeah. This is sort of like a brief.
Can you talk to me about this dashboard that I was
you have a trip to Crete planned now.
Nice. So it went through my calendar. Okay, so this morning I actually asked my ChatGPT based on my queries, what app should I build? And it gave me 5 ideas. And this was one of the ideas where it's content repurposing. And can you rate it? Like so it was basically a very basic prompt. I gave it a link to my MD files.
Oh, that's cool.
I created this app, but the only thing I wanted to be able to dictate into the app so it can convert it into an actual email newsletter, but I don't think it worked.
Okay, so let's have a look. So this was content repurposing engine, from all the posts. Okay, and then it just built all of that for you.
Well, it built something too fancy. I'm like, let's just make it very simple.
You were like, okay, this is like you're being a little bit too ambitious here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it has, I see.
A/B testing.
It's like already a newsletter draft.
Yeah, and actually I like that it didn't wait for my prompt. It just went ahead and generated.
It just did a lot of these things. Like by itself, it was like, this is probably what you need.
Yeah.
And then the only thing that doesn't work is like
I want to be able to dictate into the app. Yeah. Is it something that another prompt is going to fix or?
Yes. So to speak to the, we have voice dictation here, right? So
no, I mean into the app.
Yes. So let's use it. Let's do a nested. Okay. So in the app, we don't have dictation working. So can you integrate it with the OpenAI speech to text API? For that, you will need an API key, but you can just make it up for now. And you can go through the latest documentation online to figure out, how to integrate the OpenAI speech to text API into this app.
That was a very sophisticated prompt. How do I know that I needed that prompt? Because I would never think about API keys.
Oh, that's why sometimes you still need someone who's like a little bit technical. But a lot of these things that right now maybe are still a little bit in the realm of like, oh, you need more of a technical background, are going to come and become mainstream. So, maybe you need me today, but in 3 months, it's like I will be able to set all of this up. It will just connect it to your OpenAI account, and you don't need to set up like a separate API key.
And it's going to be able to just connect to everything. Okay, while it's building, can you talk about like the most sophisticated use case, or maybe like the use cases that are very sophisticated in terms of workflow, but that change productivity tremendously for people day to day? Something that everyone could get inspired by.
So you can say like, go through. You can tag a lot of different plugins. So you can say Gmail, calendar, if you have like docs, and be my chief of staff and give me a breakdown of my day, a summary of what is important, and prepare me. And then you just run this at the start of the day, and then you can be more specific than the example prompt that I gave here. Like some people that I've seen, like, have like fairly sophisticated, requests for like, how to be prepared.
Yeah. And like, where am I wasting my time? Should I be hiring someone to fix something where you see I'm spending most of my hours, or building an app that's going to... Like optimization.
You can really discuss, with Codex then and start to brainstorm, about how you can streamline things. Your calendar doesn't disperse with high consequence. So it seems like you're doing good.
Okay. Yeah. Because I only put important stuff in the calendar. I don't put like day to day. Okay. Cool. What do you personally use, and in what order for which tasks?
So I use it for coding a lot. I use it to help strategize for the different pieces that we're planning to put out, like, in what order, like the narrative to construct. So it's a great thought partner. Use it to like organize all my own notes throughout the day. So instead of taking notes in like a separate notes app, now I just take them like straight into Codex.
Oh, interesting.
And it just built up memories.
Like you just start a new chat for anything you want to say.
And I'm just like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, does it automatically summarize it, or you have to prompt it?
I prompt it to like then, dump everything into a doc. But also it like builds up memories. I use it to often stay on top of unanswered, like important unanswered emails or Slack messages.
Are you seeing this shift from more code work being done with AI to more productivity stuff, or has it been equal?
So it is interesting to think about, what does an engineer, what does a programmer do all day? And like already there, the majority of the time is not spent on coding, actually. So we saw a shift over time, even including in our technical user base. Way over like 50% of the tasks done on Codex are like non-technical tasks today.
Already?
Yes.
And it's been, what, a year since you...
The app has only been 3 months.
Okay.
So we launched
Codex
the
has been
apps
around
3 months. The Codex CLI, which was definitely for programmers, that was a year ago.
So what are people using it for? What do you see? What are the use cases?
There's a lot of like, help me plan, help me organize, thinking through thrips. Now with computer use and browser use, it can, do things such as like order on DoorDash for you, like, do your shopping.
Does it take long? I haven't tried it on browse yet, but sometimes the agentic browsers are like...
No, we have the fastest computer use implementation out there. It's surprisingly quick. So, you will see it like, click around. So, for example, I can
we ask it to go and download my LinkedIn analytics?
Okay, so let's do add computer, and then go to LinkedIn, and download my analytics. And in the format we said, a spreadsheet.
Excel spreadsheet, yeah.
And create a spreadsheet. There we go. So let's see what it does. It'll use the desktop controls. This might take 5 to 10 minutes.
So it's the difference from ChatGPT is that it can use your computer.
Yes. It can use your computer. It's a full agent that works and has access to your browser, can click around on your apps as well. Mm-hmm. And you can look at it here. So it's visiting.
Yeah, it is already on my LinkedIn page.
Yes. So let's see what it does over time.
I think it's
here. You can
navigating.
See it's navigating here.
Oh, it's saving.
Exporting something.
It is already saving stuff. That's amazing. While we wait for him to finish, I wanted to ask you something. You dropped out of your PhD, right?
Yes.
After 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks, that's right.
To start a company. Would you recommend to someone who's doing their PhD or bachelor's or master's now and feel that they're just hating it? Is it a good time to quit? Or
this was a long time ago. This was almost 15 years ago. So
but
I'm
now
not sure
it's
if,
even like, I feel like
it's relevant.
But it's interesting how the meaning of education has changed in these 15 years. Well, what do you think from like seeing all the innovation inside OpenAI, DeepMind? Should people be still pursuing like very deep education, or should they just go out and start building?
The reason I dropped out of my PhD is I just actually, after starting it, I felt like that was committing 4 years of my life to that specific subject was actually not what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And I had more ideas and more things that I wanted to try. Mm-hmm. And so I felt like the startup environment was like right for me. Yeah. I think it's very important to like time and time again, like, in my own life, I've realized like it's important to follow your instincts and do things that give you energy.
Was it the right decision for you?
Oh, absolutely.
I guess it was.
Absolutely. I had such a great time.
Yeah.
I built that company for like a year, and then I went on worked for Google. Mm-hmm. Initially, I was like working on Google Maps and different parts ads, and then I ended up working at DeepMind, which was during the golden ages of DeepMind, like when it was a grand challenge after grand challenge, and then it became like a little bit less interesting, and around the time where everyone was scaling. And like OpenAI had proven that you could scale transformers and create something like very compelling. And this was probably the road to building AGI. That's when, I was like, just, okay, let me just go work for OpenAI. Okay. And, time and time again, it's sort of like, challenging myself to pursue new things. Mm-hmm.
So before we look at what is created, one final question. What do you think is going to happen to our lives in 3 to 5 years from all the innovation that you've seen? Do you think we're going to see this dramatic change that a lot of people are talking about, or are they exaggerating?
I think there is going to be dramatic change. I think it's important, for us and for me personally to just really bring the benefits to everyone. And one thing that I think this will mean is that you will have the benefits, whether you're actively engaging with this technology or not. Today, you have to actively prompt and sort of be creative about what you're asking, and it's almost like the benefits that you get are definitely proportional to how good your prompting is. Mm-hmm. In the future, that will not be true. It's sort of like it will, to me, be very similar to going to a nice tailor who sort of instantly looks at you and gets you and is like, this is the kind of clothes that would, make you shine, and that is like, just like right for you.
So what will it depend on then? If it's not your prompting, what's going to make people brilliant, I guess?
Yes, it will be much more like benefiting from, good advice from a friend, or like, having a natural conversation like the conversation that we have right now.
So like the ability to ask the right questions, not to necessarily prompt them.
It will be about engaging, as your authentic self in a conversation, and then getting the appropriate help at the right time, and benefiting from this,